These are the things that I did to go build my kind of network of people. And as I'm saying it to her, and as we're having the conversations about it, I'm realizing that her networking is going to look different than mine, right? She's an outstanding professional. She's great at her job, but she's also a very attractive young woman. And she's looks younger than she is. And I always had that challenge of kind of like when I was starting up was I was too young for people to take me seriously. And then I was to the point where I started to lose my hair and get a few gray hairs. It was like, oh, well, he's old
There's
enough now.
something about that, yeah, that perception of it being young that it's hard and it's really difficult.
It really is.
Yeah.
But the thing that I realized was that the challenge that I wasn't equipped with to help her was dealing with that conversation of you have a husband at home, you have children at home, you're faithful to your husband, you don't want anything to ever be misconstrued as something that it is not. And yet, you're in the professional environment and being asked to go entertain and go spend time with these people. And it's a very different line than I dealt with as a male in the professional services industry. Realized quickly that I wasn't equipped to help her because my experience was different than her experience, and I needed to find the appropriate resources. And that's when we started providing coaches, male and female coaches, to our staff members to help them deal with these kinds of things. But I see that as something that's just hugely important in the professional community, is not just mentoring everyone, but having appropriate mentors to partner with the right people to teach them through these kinds of nuances and how do you deal with that. So I'd just be curious, and especially both of you being in the banking industry, and Heather, you spent 13 or so years in the banking industry. Candace, you've spent many years in the banking industry. And this isn't an uncommon thing, right? Is that there is an expectation of relationships and you've got a fine line to kind of, to cross there. So what are the things that you would say to those young female professionals when they're dealing with these challenges, and how to navigate that balance of, I don't want there to be any perception of impropriety or anything close to that, but at the same time, I also don't want to be viewed negatively in my professional career as those are the societal norms of the things that you're supposed to be doing as you're getting started. So, I mean, what would you say about the challenges that you guys have seen and the things that you've dealt with through that process? What would you say to your daughter who's 24 years old and now working, or that next generation of people that are coming out of college and getting into this?